Okay. Welcome everybody to, let's back up, beep, 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 coffee and art in the morning. We're going to work a little bit more on the Bennett Klein Dark. I am on Trippy the tripod, so I'm mobile. I'm mobile. I'm mobile. So yeah. So I'll be able to move around and get right up on things. Right up on the page we're coloring. So this is Color My Sketchbook, Bennett Klein Dark. And so I've done a flip through, but I'll just do a quick, like, I probably won't show you every page, but in the dark, it has like dark backgrounds, okay? Or it has some dark bits to them in the background. Even though, and this is just for me, even though the background is called dark, it's not pure black. So if you really want your background to be pure black, you need to color it in black. Either paint it in or color pencil it in or even a pen, a marker or something, whatever. Just remember, if you do use any kind of markers or anything that can go through, these pages are not that thick. So, but they are one-sided. So if something goes through, it doesn't matter. Just remember to put something behind so it doesn't leak over to the next page. So let me just kind of do a quick little flip here of some of the pages. I understand that that the dark is going to be reissued in December or January. Apparently it's out of print, and that the one, now I don't know, this is just what I saw on the Bennett Klein Facebook page, that the one that they're selling on Amazon at the moment is not his. It's like a repo. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's supposed to reissue his. It came out when I got this, when I was gifted this one, it was like a limited edition. And so now he's reissuing it again, and either just see, yeah, here's my I have a piece of black cardstock behind it. So he's going to reissue it. I miss a date line for this book. Yeah, exactly, Melody. Melody was just saying the one on Amazon's a fake, but he's going to reissue in January. Yeah, thank you, Melody. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard on his Facebook group. And if you do like to color Bennett Klein, he does have a Facebook group if you want to join. So this is just the dark, and I'm going quickly. I've already shown this before. And again, it is a little flashed out with me holding it back far like this, but I think you can get the idea of the kind of art. He's just really awesome. And he's a great guy. He's a real great guy. He's real sweet. He's real generous with his art. Okay, so here you can see where it's kind of gone through a little bit. Okay, where I wet it, but it's a little bit wrinkly, but that doesn't bother me. If you do not like any wrinkles in your page at all, then I would not recommend using any water soluble products on Bennett Klein, because it is not real thick. Okay, I don't care if it wrinkles a little bit, because when I do my Bennett Kleins and some of the others like Jasmine, I tear them out of the book. I put them in a plastic sleeve, and they go in my binder. I have a color book binder. And so I don't care if they get a little wrinkle, but I'm just saying, if you're one that likes not a bit of wrinkle in their page, then I do not recommend using water soluble products, okay? And again, put something behind. I have a piece of black cardstock behind mine, so that if anything does go through, it's not going to matter, because they're one-sided pages. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. If you're watching this recording on YouTube, this is a live show on Ustream, and with a live chat, and a mostly a live awake chat. So we're going to continue working on this one. There is a part one to how I did this, and we'll continue on and work on it some more. However, I want to stop real quick and just kind of sit and make sure Trippy's not going to face plant, because he's been known to do that. We are going to give away a vintage Christmas color book today. I'm going to give this away today. Before the end of the show. And then also, I wanted to, I know Bunny is here, who is Bunny Designs. She does Ustream, and she's usually really, really early in the morning. She's in the UK, and so her streams are really, really early, but she does record them. And so I'm not ever hardly there in the live show because it's like I'm getting ready from, my day when she's still streaming early. But anyway, all that being said, Bunny has a book, and if y'all want to, and Bunny, feel free to put the link in the chat to your book. And if you're watching on on YouTube, just go to Bunny Designs and find her video on her little watercolor book. And what she has done is she has taken a little book and she has got her Peerless. She's scribbled out different water, like it would be like me taking my Neocolors and scribbling them out on a piece of paper, and then they're portable. So you could use the scribbled excess that you've scribbled out with a water brush and pick up the pigment. And so she has a whole book like that. And she has multiple kinds of mediums, products in the book. So she has her Derwent, I think she has her Inkten, she has her Peerless. She has all different kinds um, of products that she's put in her little book. Well, inspired by that, I've not gone to quite the length that she has, and I've kind of combined my color charts, which I'm redoing, color charts and a little bit of what she's done in the book that Kelly sent me, this Home Depot color solutions. Now this book is a binder, and it came with tabs. It came with a color wheel. A color, not these color wheels, but it came with a color wheel in it and different things in it. It came with these pockets and sleeves and different things in it. Well, I've repurposed it instead of for home use, like it's got all these little things on here about it's about decorating your house, painting your house, decorating your house, and your color selections for your home. Well, I'm repurposing it to use for color charts and that sort of thing. So here I have a little, this is one of the girls had sent me in 2012. This is a little Peerless set in here. I put that here in the front because it's kind of thick. So anyway, so I've got my color wheels in here. I have started putting my color charts in here. So like here's all my Prismacolor Premier. Okay, so I made me a new chart. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to redo my Neocolors, my Inktens, all my pencils and everything in this book. So I am redoing all my color charts in this binder. Okay, but I've also done a few other things with this. They have some color tabs here. Now, in my opinion, they really need a couple more, but this is for a house, not for, artists to keep track of their colors, but that's what I'm doing. So for instance, here's under the oranges, I've put oranges, reds, and what I've done is I put my Peerless that I've been, got little bits of Peerless. I put some Neocolor. So what I did is essentially what Bunny Designs has done, but on a smaller scale. For one, I don't have the multiple kind of pencils, nor do I feel like I need to do that many. Bunny does a lot with watercolor. I really don't do as much, but I thought that it would be cool to so I'm inspired by Bunny on this bit, but I've added like my color swatches, and I have more. I just haven't finished yet, but I have color swatches, paint swatches, and again, I'm also going to put in the beginning all my swatch, just my list of all my pencils and Neocolors. In the meantime, though, I haven't made a full-on, this is just in the color family. So I did write all the colors down, and so I scribbled out enough so that if this is portable, I can take my water brush and pick up See, I can pick up and paint with it. Does that make sense? And so I also did a flap like this. This is like a piece of, this is just a piece of cardstock that I punched holes in, made my own little chart thing so that it flips out. So I have plenty of room. I have plenty of room for them all. So here's my Inktense in this color family. Here's my Neocolors and my Peerless. Okay. So that is kind of like what, but I'm sorry for all the moving around. I'm trying to kind of keep it close and also keep it, you know, so you can see everything. Hey, Pam Bam. Hey, Lisa. Oh my gosh, she amazes me all the projects. I stay busy, Miss Lisa. So that's what I'm doing with this book. It came with a lot of these graph paper sheets, and that's what I'm using to write down my actual inventory. But these are made for me to pick up and use. Here's my Inktense right here. So I scribbled enough out where I can use it, see? And then when that just gets used up, you just scribble out some more. Now, this is not anything near as fancy or involved as Bunny's, but I did get the idea to do this from Bunny. But I've also just added, like, here's the yellow section. See, yellows, and then it goes into the oranges. And see, I've just got a little bit of the color of, so you can kind of see. Again, all I've got is my Neocolors, my Peerless, and my Inktense. And what I've done is there's also a plastic, I put a piece of, I cut up some page protectors. Now the page protectors already have holes in them, but I wanted to make it fit my notebook, so I just cut some page protectors down. And what I've done is I put a page protector in between the flap so that if I use this and it's wet, if I close it, it's not going to mess up my Peerless or whatever's on the other side. So I just have a piece of plastic in between, so that like that. And then this side's got plastic on it. See, it's got a plastic thing so that nothing gets messed up or ruined. Okay, hey, Carrie. Well, there you go. And I'm just using this notebook because I had it. It had a color chart. I mean, color wheel. You know, it's got the color tabs. You can make your own with just any old little notebook, right? I just used it because I had it. So, yeah. And then into the green. So again, into the green, I've got all kinds of paints. So, see, it's got little paint swatches in here. And then here's the Neocolor, the Peerless here, Neocolors here, and there's a piece of plastic to protect it. I wrote down all the names. And then on the back side here, on the back side are my Inktense. So I hope I'm explaining this well. Okay, then I have, let's see, what's this one? Reds and, no, this is purples here. So again, the same thing, plastic, and then on the back, and some, you know, some have more colors than the others. Okay, then here I've got taupes and neutrals. Okay, so this one I call my neutrals. So, and you can make more tabs. You can divide it up more, you know. This is light blues and blues. Yeah, this is all the blues. So again, Peerless, Neocolors, and on the back are Inktense. Okay, wait, did I miss? Oh, maybe I put my blue Inktense. Oh, I think I put the blue over here. Yeah, I put all my blues over here with the blues and purples. I put them all together. And then here are browns and oranges, I think. I think the last one is browns and oranges. Again, you can divide this up better or how you want, but I just put my browns and oranges like that. See? Anyway, So it's just about that thick right there. It's got a lot of plastic in there. What paper did you use to color your what? Just cardstock. Just card. There's just plain old. I think it's 110 weight. Let me. Yeah, it's a piece of 110 weight cardstock that I just see. It's a full sheet like that. I just folded it. I think I trimmed it down a little because it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I just made it fit, punched holes in it, and put it in there. But it's just cardstock with plastic in between. So if I wanted to blend anything or mix anything, I could do it on this plastic. These are just page protectors cut down. Okay, that's all that is. So yeah. So again, it's just a little, it's just this little Home Depot color solutions. And what I'll probably end up covering this up with something, covering it up with some kind of, paper or something, make it not Home Depot looking. But yeah. And I think you can, I don't know if they're still available, but they're like $25 normally. But here's the ISB. Well, let me read it off to you. 82474799900 is the UPC, the code. Oh, wait, that's the UPC code. Scratch that. Here's the ISBN number. 9, I thought that was a little short. 9780740742804. That's the ISBN. That was UPC. Okay. So anyway, yeah, if y'all want to see a real fancy one with like multiple colors, I mean, how many colors do you have in yours, Bunny? She has hundreds, maybe 1,000 colors. And yeah, Bunny said photograph books are good as they already have the plastic in between. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, I just made that up over the last few days anyway. And I still want to do the charts. Like I have the ink tints broke out by the colors, but I want to write down like every color with the name and number next to them. Like I did the Prismacolor. I want to do that with the Neo colors, my brush, my brush pens and everything like that. Oh, okay. Suzanne says she ordered one used. It was cheap and it was a while ago. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on our Bennett Klein girl again. And she's, I'm just calling her like a vampire girl. Well, obviously, that's what she is in a way. And yeah, Heather's little book. Yeah. I'm not sure. I was waiting to see if she said how many colors that she has in there. She has a lot. So anyway, yeah. if I might have missed it if you said Bunny, Heather. Yeah. All right, so now all we've done so far is kind of started with her face. And again, I've been using the Neo Color 2. Let me come over here. Here's my Neo Color 2 water-soluble crayons. Now, I will say again, do not buy Neo Color 1s if you want them to act like watercolors and be, move with water. Neo Color 1s are just like a crayon. They will not move with water. You have to get Neo Color 2. Let me show you the cover here. Let me move the tray over, show you what they look like this. Whoops, piece of washi tape there. So see how it has Neo Color 2, water soluble. Hey Val, anybody else? I was still waiting to see if Heather said how many colors that she's fit in that little book. And then, yeah, over 500. Oh, that's right. But, and here's the fancy part of Bunny's book. She has over 500, but she has mixed out like 10 shades for each. So it comes to 5,000 colors. Bunny. Anyway, so I got this about maybe 4 years ago for Christmas. I mean, my birthday. I got it for my birthday about 3 or 4 years ago. It's got 2 trays like this. And yeah, and they last forever. I mean, they just hardly wear down. They last forever. They're so highly concentrated. The other thing that we're using on the page that you see here in the background are my Real Brush Clean Color Zig Real Brush watercolor. I don't know if you want to call them pens or markers. They are Real Brush watercolor, like they're not markers because that's not a felt tip. That's a real brush. That's why they're called Real Brush. But you know, they're not inexpensive, and so I usually only use these on special color book projects, like you know Bennett Klein, or you know I've done a few special ones. But so this is a set of 36 that Eileen the Enabler Elf sent me. So colors. Azure goes, oh, colors. I think I would love Neo. Yeah, Neocolor are awesome for any kind of water, like, you know, like watercoloring. Yeah. Okay, and then I just use this little Pentel, I think it's Pentel, pretty sure it's Pentel, yeah, water brush. But, you know, whatever kind you get, just make sure that it's got a good point on it. There's a couple different brands, like Koi brand. There's a couple different ones, and these come in 3 sizes. I have them in all the sizes, but just the point will eventually kind of start flaring, and you can still use it for other things. But if you want to get in tiny little details like this, you want one that has a nice sharp point. Okay. Options. Yes, these pens are $3 each, which is cheaper than a Copic. Now these are not refillable. They're not refillable. But and I've not run out of any yet, but when I do run out, I'm going to see about how if I can use them for just like brushes. Just use them for brushes, you know. Okay. I also have this porcelain tray. And you can get these porcelain trays really inexpensive, like at Blick or or just use a white porcelain, you know, a plate. It's shine, it's or any kind of, you know, anything that it's not gonna water resistant, what do you want to call it? Anyway, it cleans up. This will just clean right off with a baby wipe with the water soluble product. Now you can't put acrylic paint on here and have it just wipe right up unless it's wet. But these are sold like in Blick or art supplies stores in the watercolor thing. And I think this is only like $5 for this tray. And so what I use it for is like a mixing tray and for scribbling out my Neocolors or the brushes, anything that you want to mix with watercolor. So you can see here's where we were working last week. See? So this is scribbled out. Sorry for all the movement, guys. I'm trying to... What makes you happy is seeing your water jar filled with pretty dirty lines. Let me show you mine here. I'll show you. I don't know if I should. Now, let me start by saying first, when I'm doing something like this and I'm using a water brush like this, I just take a Kleenex to clean it off. So for instance, let's start with here. So like this is leftover Neocolor. I scribbled my Neocolor crayons on here. And so this way I can pick up a minimum amount. You can also just take the crayon and go right off the tip with it like this and pull it off. But to me, you get a better control when it's like this. You know exactly how much you're picking up. And then to clean it, I just have a Kleenex. To me, a Kleenex works better than even a paper towel or anything, and just squeeze some water through it until your brush is clean. See? And then it's perfectly clean. So I don't really need any, I'm not using any water in a tub with brushes when I'm doing this and this, because I'm just using this or these, right? But if you want to see, here's my tub of water. This is my water, my water jar. And yeah, the water's usually clean in it. Right now it's not. But yeah, I keep a couple sponges on the top there for, you know, whatever, you know, stenciling or whatever. But there's my... Anyway, okay. Oh, is it cold there, Carrie? Yeah, it's rainy here. It's rainy here. Yeah, piece of plexiglass. If you use plexiglass, I would recommend putting some white paper under it so you can see the colors. If it's just clear, if it's clear plexiglass and you got it like I have a black table here, then you know you wouldn't be able to see the colors. So if you use a piece of plexiglass, tape a piece of white paper to the bottom so that it's white. And you know, it could be anything. Just it's anything. I know people have their craft mats. The problem with craft mats, most of them, they're either black or craft color, and you are not going to be able to see your watercolors very well. An old glass lid for a palette, old glass, yeah, anything. Just put some white under it so that you can see the colors well. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pile these up to have a little space here. We got all our introductions going. All right, so I have no clue where we're going from here. This is not a planned out thing. I rarely, well, never. I can't think of any time I've ever planned out a color book page. I don't think I've ever planned any of them out. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to look at it again. I used a nice green and I got all the background. Now, this was gray. It was kind of gray with a little bit of shading that I went over with the green to get that background going. And in a complicated page like this, you got to kind of look it over. Now, planning, look it over, whatever you want to do. But you're going to have to kind of decide what's what. Like it might be best if you decide certain flowers are all going to be the same, or certain swirls or certain designs, especially in a lot of these. Bennett Klein has a lot of symmetrical kind of things. And so if you want them to be the same on both sides, you're going to have to kind of think about it, because and dig through and look at where you're going with it. Hey, Vicky, and anybody else popping in? Where's my Oh, I did. I have Bandit downstairs. I have to tell you about that. But first, I did take some more pictures. I didn't post them all on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but I'll show you guys. So if you did miss them, Hubster and I went shopping and we we did a photo shoot with all the mascots. Oh my God! And Hubster was such a great sport. He had fun. Don't let the serious look on his face, because he smiled in one. He made a serious face in another. I said, I'm going to go with the serious face. So first off, here we are. Here's Vern driving. Vern's driving us. Okay. Now we did two different photo shoots. I couldn't get Hubster to fit in my car in the back seat with all the mascots. So we did part of the photo shoot in his blazer. So in the back seat. So I got two different photo shoots. Here's the one that you probably saw online. And then this is in the back of his, because there's more room back there, right? So I had him sit there and I positioned all the sock monkeys and elves. Where's Eileen? There's Eileen. There's Eileen, the enabler elf. So I have them all over him. And then, and I know Colleen's not here. She sleeps in late. Anyway, but I also did another photo shoot in the back seat of my car where I got two sides here. So here's the left side. So I have, wait, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So here's one side of them, and they are strapped in. Okay, there's a seat belt across them, like the elves. Okay, hang on. The elves are strapped in there. But what I want you to see, if y'all don't know, Bandit is Colleen's dog, Bandit, who, by the way, has awesome, fun picture on Instagram, a little video on Instagram. If you don't follow Colleen. Anyway, her dog Bandit, we call him the guardian of our mini bar here on the show. So look what I did. I took one of the sacks that's like to hold wine, and I put Bandit. Bandit is sticking out of the wine bag. But here's all the others, and they all got their bags. They all got their bags here. They're all going shopping. There's the elves strapped in. And then the other side, 'cause I had to do two pictures. I couldn't get them all in one. So the other side of the picture, hang on. So here's the other side. Hang on, let's get that. The other side of the seat, we got the rest of the sock monkeys over here. And they all got their bags. And they're all going shopping. So I didn't post that one. The one I posted, whoa, face plant. The one I posted was the one with Hubster in the back seat of his car. And I asked him if I said, can I post it on Facebook? He goes, okay. Of course, all his friends are making fun of him and laugh. I mean, they're not making fun. They're laughing with us, because we're having fun. So yeah, so here's all the different sock monkeys and elves. All buckled in. That's right, Vicky, including Bandit. Because, he is one of our mascots. But I love, yeah, here's Vern driving us. Let's see, let's start over. Whoop, hang on, guys. I got to get the light back here. There's Vern driving us. Anyway. All right, so I had to show you those guys. Okay, well, let's get back to coloring. If you're watching this and you don't like having fun with sock monkeys and elves, don't email me. All right, so back to our Bennett Klein dark book. Yes, they're safe. We have to buckle them in, right? Okay, so now I got to decide, she is a vampire-y looking girl, and I'm going to continue working on her skin. I may do some with color pencil, but I'm not probably going to work on her face anymore until I start establishing other colors and see how we did. Oh, I got to tell y'all this. I did show you, rabbit trail. I did show you this picture from last week where, let me get back to my pictures. Where they were all hiding behind the sofa. Let's turn it sideways here. And they were hiding behind the sofa cushions, peeking out. Let's see. See, look, they're all peeking out while I was trying to wrap presents. Well, after I did this one, the next morning I got up. Hubster had them all on another sofa. He'd moved them all to another sofa, and I went in to water the Christmas tree, and they were all like staring at me. It was fun. Okay, so let's see what I want to do. I'm wondering, I think I'll think about the flowers first. I think I do want some red flowers because that will bring out her lips. Did you get any joy out of the transfers last night? Did the transfers? Okay, I'm missing something, Dot. Transfers. The transfers? Be more specific, Dorothy, please. I'm sure it's just like right on the top of my head. I'm sure I totally get what you're saying, but I'm not getting it. Yeah, they were trying to see what I was wrapping, Carrie. They were trying to see what I was wrapping. At transfers that I started last night. I'll wait because I know there's a lag, guys. I have to wait until the lag catches up. I didn't do, yeah, maybe you're thinking of Colleen. I didn't stream last night or do any transfers. I think you might be thinking of Colleen. I don't know. I'm not sure, Dorothy. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some red. Again, let's see. I'm trying to see what red I used. Was it this one? It's kind of a pinky red. No, it was darker. I think I used two reds. I think I scribbled out some of the burnt sienna color and some of the pinky red and did a mix. That wasn't it. It was this one, I think. I'll go with these two. And they're going to be like shade, multi, they're not going to be a flat color anyway. Oh, Colleen. Okay, you're talking about Colleen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I've scribbled some out right there. And what I'll do is I'll just pick some up with my water brush. See? Maybe grab some of the darker and some of the pinker color. And now I'm going to decide which flowers I want red. I think, and I know some of them are probably mums and some are probably daisies, and you know, I'm the boss of my color book. I want some red. I think I'll go with these that are like mum-like and do them red. So I'm just going to start by putting a coat of the red. Let's see if I can get right up on it here, guys. Back up here. And then, and remember what I said about last time, that when you're using water-soluble anything, you have to just do it in layers, just like you would a watercolor. Okay, so you have to let this dry. And I'll tell you, you know, you may not have to let it dry if it was on watercolor paper, but this is just thinner paper. It's not, you can't add a lot of water because not only will it go through, which I don't care about it going through because it's a one-sided color book, but it will start to, it'll tear. It'll start, it won't work. Just saying. Colleen was trying to transfer her dog's image onto paper clay. Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't watched that. Oh, she recorded. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave that first layer. It's just like we did her face here. There's multiple layers here. Probably, we think we did about 5 layers of watercolor right in here to make it dark. And I can still even do some more in there. And I might go in there with pencil. I might just, you know, get some started with the watercolor. And then I'm going to keep putting some more out here. Let me move some of my brush markers out of the way. So, and I am going to keep it symmetrical. So I'm going to go left to right around the edges. So I'm just putting like a nice little wash over the whole thing. I'll let that dry or hit it with the heat gun and then go in there and start getting it darker. Oh, I bet that was cute. Yeah, Bandit is adorable. And well, all her dogs are. She has them. She did a little video, like I said, on Instagram. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here and let's go ahead and go with this one. I want quite a bit of red because I wanted to bring out her lips and her eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and see, do I want the center? I think I will just do the whole thing and then just shade it. And if I want any white, I can go back in there with highlights, either with a, can either go in there with a Posca or a pencil to add white. So now I'm going to go back over here. I'm just going to keep moving you guys around. And like I said, I do when I'm finished with them, really sometimes even before I'm finished with them, I tear them out and they're going to be in, they're going to be put in page protectors and put in a notebook. So, yeah. So you can see it's just got a nice base coat right there. We're going to darken it up. See how dark her lips are? Let's just keep putting out some more in the tray. I'm just scribbling some out. Let's see, that might be a little too. I think I'll go more with the... So I think I want the flowers more around the edge to be. So let's go down here to this one. If you have any questions, just put them in caps. Otherwise, I'm just gabbing and coloring. Bye, Delusional Princess. Sleep well. Going over here. So we will not finish this today, just saying. And I will say that I have an appointment on Wednesday, so I will not be streaming on Wednesday. So I probably won't be streaming the rest of the week. Just want y'all to know that I won't be here on Wednesday. So let's scribble out some more here. All right, let's go down here to these. Again, they're all very symmetrical, so it's not too hard to figure out which ones you want. And I am going to want some more red touches in some of the design in here too. So that's just the first coat. And again, you can pull it right off. And I don't want to get it wet on her face here. You can pull it right off like this, you know, to get a real concentrated bit and, you know, get in there for more concentrated. But you got to do it in layers. You got to let that dry or hit it with the heat gun. Let it dry and then put the next layer. Layer, layer, layer. Thick. First wish page came in was quick from China. Your wish, oh, you will have an order come in. Okay, good to know. So it won't be. Aw, thanks, Margaret. Yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to decide. I think I want some red up in here. So let's see. I'm going to just get in here and see how it's important for the brush to be pointy in some of these little tiny areas. It's even hard to get in here with pencils on some of these tiny, tiny areas. You know, that's why people use gel pens when they color. Gel pens, you know, are fine liner markers because you can get right inside some of these tiny bits that it's really even hard to get in there with color pencil no matter how sharp and pointy you get. So I just don't mind using multiple media. And again, this is just the first coat just to get the color in there. So it's real pale. Okay, so let me know if I sound too loud because I am right up on the camera. I tried turning it down earlier and then everybody said, oh, I can't hear you. So, all right, so I think the next area that I want in the back, I think I want right behind this. For me, I like kind of sticking with one color till I figure out where it's all going to be. That way it's kind of cohesive over the whole thing. Or even if you don't do it all at once, keep in mind where those colors are going to be used so that it makes the page flow, you know. And like I said, a lot of Bennett Kleins are very symmetrical. So it's really easy to kind of find your way, right? Even though there's a lot, it's not that hard to find your way because so much of it is it's the pattern is so symmetrical. It is? Okay, thanks guys. Sounds good today. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah. Okay. My mods keep me in line. All right. I think I want no, I'm gonna probably want that in turquoise because I do have those little dots. Do I want that? No, I think I will put that in red because that'll like really bring out her eyes right there by the right there by her eyes. It's very pale right now because it's just the initial color. And once it's dry and you put your second coat on, just like in any kind of watercolor, it builds it up. See how we've built it up along the eyes there? Don't hear any distortion today. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah, you know, who knows, right? One day it's one thing, one day it's another. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to kind of back it up. I know I'm going to want some red right in here. So let's come back down here. And I have to decide if I want any of the swirly parts to be red. I really want a lot of red in this because she's going to be blue and I want a lot of red to really make it stand out. So let's see, I think I'll go down with, and plus everybody wants her to have some blood dripping off, like she just took a bite. Thanks, Leah, and hi, by the way. But I have to decide now the main swirls, these big main swirls like this. I have to start deciding what I want those. Do I want to go more red? Okay, I think I will go in behind here. Let's see if I'm just kind of following where it goes. Okay, I think I will go with red. Let's go with red. And again, guys, we will not finish this today. I'll probably work on it for about an hour, hour and a half. So this will be a multi-part page. And I really don't want to hurry it because, you know, it's so detailed and everybody's going, oh, please color the whole thing. We want to see you color the whole thing. Hey, Julie Topaz. Good morning to you, too. Anybody else popping in? And I try to say hi whenever I see you all come in, but then I realize that some of you probably have ads and you don't hear me say good morning when you first come in. Okay, now I'm going to come. Oh, wait. I'm going to go around this way. Just go ahead and get this whole line done, and then I can move over to the other side. And I'm trying to, you know, keep Trippy, my tripod, as steady as I can while I'm doing it. I could almost go with some blue on that, the turquoise right on that edge. But I kind of want red going down this side. And I am trying to look around the camera because he's like literally right in front of me. Like it's right, camera's like right there. But I want y'all to have as much of a good view as possible. So again, it's very pale, the first layer. Okay. All right, I'm going to go with her right above her eyebrows here. But don't be afraid to go in there with pencils, gel pens, anything you want. Don't want that to be, I think I might want that to be turquoise too, because that's going to carry up around that way. So let's just go with that. Turquoise will be around that and up into there, I think. All right. And I have my little crayon right here because I'm just picking off the tiniest little bit at a time. And I'm not squeezing the brush at all. I'm not squeezing any water. It just flows out. When you touch it, it's like the paper is pulling on the water. If you squeeze it, you're going to get a blob of water. Just see. Okay, so I want that. I think I might want some green in some of that, some lime green. I think we talked about some greens. If you have any questions, just put them in caps. I'll keep rolling here. Just chatting whenever I see any questions or anything to talk about. and just get this base coat on. Now do remember, if you're using Neocolors or any kind of watercolor, anything, like if I touch that green right there, it's going to move. So like if I'm right here with the red and I touch the green and try to, that'll turn brown. So you can't touch other areas with watercolor because it'll still move. Hey, CB. Oops, trying to keep my hand out of it. Maybe if I move right over here. There we go. Trying to stay, that's one thing about being on the tripod is I can kind of move it to the side so you can see a little better. Let's see this. Okay, what around these? So it just depends on how much time you want to take, how much detail, and how patient you are. Yeah, it'll be the same red as her lips. See how dark that is? See how that looks? That's what we're going to go for. We'll have some lighter areas, but I want it a deep, rich red like that. But you got to build it up in layers. Got to build it up in layers. Okay. And we're going to give away a Christmas color book here in a little bit. I'm just kind of looking over here on this side, so I'm coloring the same things. Because like I said, he's pretty good about keeping the symmetrical. And if y'all don't follow Bennett Klein on his Facebook page, he's really awesome. He's real nice. Okay, I think I do need that to be red. Okay, I am going with red and right above that eyebrow. Everybody's real nice and real helpful on his page, and he just started doing a thing where the people that are the most helpful, and he's always giving away new designs for free for you to print out. And he started a new thing where if you follow, if you're real helpful and complimentary and help people in the group, he calls you out and so gives you a free something, So yeah, he's just really awesome. Okay. Thanks, Terry Trouble. All right, so I'm just looking, I'm going down, looking at every bit. See, I'm thinking now I want that to be turquoise, all that right there. That line and around that. Same on this side. And then now I'm going to carry down into some red, into like right in here. And again, remember, this is just the first coat. All right, now let's come down here. All right, let me take a peek at it from kind of a minute. let's see what this, to go this way. Kind of, so she's going to be kind of surrounded with the two colors. The red and the main colors anyway are going to be the red and the teal. And then I'm thinking some more of the background will have some more lime greens. So trying to decide here. You got to just kind of look at the overall thing. So I'm just kind of step back a second. Okay. I'm going to end that right there. Even though there's not a line there that ends it, I want it to end there because I want something different behind there. So, okay. Now I have to decide if I want this red or do I want that swirly part red. All right, let me just think about that and go over here and do this side a minute. Try to angle it so you can see. And the thing about watching this on recording, you know, you're not seeing all the chat and all the fun that goes on in the chat. Mostly fun. Um, and I can read the chat and talk too, so it does kind of make a difference when you're actually here because then you can interact. The page is kind of curling up on the end. There we go. Keep running my hand over it. I'm going to need to go get me some coffee in a minute. So again, it's a live show with a live chat and mostly live people. Okay, like that. I am going to have some red in there. I just have to decide, I think. But I want some teal in there too. So I think I'll just leave that for the moment. It starts to come together. The more you color, the more you say, okay, it needs some red here. It needs turquoise there. So let's back up here. You can see how much we've just got the base coat in. Okay, I want red right in here. I want this to kind of carry over to that. So you can see why a nice pointy brush on your water brush is important. They last a good bit if you don't do a lot of scrubbing with them. I would recommend if you get a set of them to keep at least one where you don't do a lot of rubbing with it, that you keep it just for the pointy bit. You won't be on Wednesday. Nope. Yeah, I won't be here Wednesday. I have an appointment. Okay, let's see. Let's go right up to that line. I keep rubbing my arm, you know, right here. I keep catching this corner. I keep curling that up with my sleeve. I'm going to keep kind of pick my arm up on top of it. All right, where was I? Oh, here. All right, I think I'm going to stop trying to find some new places to put red for right now and go back up and start like working on a couple flowers. Yeah, I guess I could put a paper clip on. That's probably a good idea. Let me do that, Bunny. Let's see. Just pin my cardstock because I keep rolling up on that corner. All right, so now let's go back and let's do these flowers at the top. I'm going to go ahead and do these two top flowers. I'm going to go run and get some coffee. I actually need to make some. All right, so another thing about especially grayscale color books, well, really any, but you know, they usually have lines. But grayscale can have even a little bit more of where you want to shadow. You can kind of, if you don't know where to shade, just follow the little lines, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and start by getting the darkest first, and then you can always blend it out. But remember, you have to do this in layers because it's watercolor, and because it's not watercolor paper, you can't do a lot in one swoop. You have to let it dry and then go back in there. And it is tiny. Look how tiny that is. Not much, you know, bigger than 2 thumbnails. Hey, Blondie. So there's a little bit there. Let's add a little bit more down here. And if you want to, you know, clean your brush off to get the excess pigment off, just, you know, wipe it off on a Kleenex, and then you can kind of pull it in. So you can see from that to that, see? Okay, now I'm going to go over to this one. So I just got my crayon right there. Thanks, Vicki. Hey, Arlene. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. We're just coloring in Bennett Klein's dark color book. All right, so we see we got a little bit more going. We'll back up. All right, well, I'm going to let that sit for just a minute. Just sit trippy here. Let's clean my brush off. Okay, now I'm going to go run get some coffee. Then that'll be dry enough for me to put another coat on there in just a minute. So let me go run get some coffee. Keep it so he's not going to trip over himself. Thanks, Arlene from Arizona. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Let me just go get some coffee because my throat gets dry talking. Hang on. Okay. If anybody has any questions, just put them in caps. Yeah, I'm using the Neocolor 2s and occasionally a brush marker. Right now, all we've done is all this background red. So now, let's see, still damp. So I'm going to continue on down. You really have to have it dry. You want to keep adding layers. See if I can, I want to get in as close as I can, but not trip you over into the floor, into the face plant. So you see how dark you can get that? Once the first initial layer is on there, I think I want that to come right down there too. Right to there. I think we're still focused. See the difference from this to that? But it does take time, guys. It's like you can't just really rush through this kind of process. It's just, you know, takes more time with the painting than it does with pencil. But some of this stuff is so tiny, it is kind of tricky to get in there with pencil. You could get in there with some gel pens. So see the difference in the color? Yes, I know. I love me some water brush pens, right, CB? For sure. So you can see how dark that second layer looks now. See? Oh, I forgot that eyebrow. And, you know, we'll go in here with some other things. We might go in there with some pencils, gel pens, who knows. Right now, though, I'm just concentrating on the water stuff. Can y'all see? The watercolor just gives it that watercolor effect. Even though it can be subtle, it's still, you can still, you know, see a watercolor-like effect. Welcome back, Muse. And it'll take a few coats to get it nice and dark. Clean my brush off to get the excess off so I can kind of blend those two areas right there. Bye, Melody. Thanks, Jean, for helping out with the new people finding out about apps and all. Yeah, there's a Ustream app. And I know different people have different issues depending on what device you're on. So, all right, so you can see where the shadow is right there from the grayscale. I'm just going to kind of add a little bit more in there and just kind of blend that out. Same for right here. Put a little out of line, but that's okay. Trying to be gentle. So you can see where all the black is. There. Then, you know, you just know to darken that area if you're not sure. Okay, Melody. I'll upload it later. And sometimes, guys, if you don't see a video that's, you know, because I always stream on Mondays, but sometimes Ustream's videos get hung up in processing. It doesn't happen too often, but if it does, then we have to wait for Ustream to unstick it so we can upload it. So I'm sure you can tell the difference between that and that, right? Thanks, Arlene, for visiting. Anybody else popping in and out? Then, like, there's a lot of pigment there right now, right? So I want to get some of that off. So I just come over here and wipe it off on the Kleenex and then kind of go in there and blend it in. If you get too much. Definitely can tell. Okay, good. But as you can see, it's slow going, guys. It is slow going. And it takes layers. Dede. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Bunny C. All right. Just looking over that side. Come back over on this side and take a sip of coffee. And we'll do another layer on the flowers too, and maybe go in there with a little bit of white pencil. All right, let's keep going. See if I tilt it just a little so my hand's not in the way. So did anybody work on anything over the weekend? And feel free, if you're here, to share your websites or your blogs or your YouTubes or whatever. Go for it. Links are always open, as long as we remember to open them. Oh, well, we don't ever mind getting woke up with a UPS delivery, do we? I have a UPS delivery, but I think it's coming, you know how sometimes you order something and UPS sends it to your post office and then they get it through your post. I don't know how that works, but anyway, I think I got something coming in the mail today. Let's see, I want a little darker right there and right there. Glue some stuff in your on moss journal and fussy cut some stuff. You need to do another video. That was your when you showed your on moss journal, which if y'all don't know, it's a Shannon Green invention. A lot of people here have done it. And Vicki did a video on hers a while back. Well, it's probably been months now, but she did it once. She didn't only do a send through her ESP. Vicki, that's how she sends her happy mail for the most part. Yeah, she just mentally sends it. But she actually did a video. All right, let's get a little darker. Just keep building it up, little by little. You might make another video. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, telepathically. That's how she sends her happy mail. So funny. All right. See, need a little blend right there. See how it's starting to shape up? All right, need a little bit more. All right, let's go back up to the flowers again. And I'm going to put another layer. Sometimes Eastern gives with sound muted. You're waiting for your Johanna's book. Just like that. I think that's good. But even that layer, now look at it compared to that one. See? So you just can keep layering it up. Has everybody that puts up a tree got their trees up yet, or do y'all wait till closer to? We always put ours up the day after Thanksgiving because that's when the kids are here and we can go to the tree farm together. So that's kind of like our tradition to go to the tree farm. We've been going to the tree farm since they were both born. So since Cam was 1 month old, we've been going to the tree farm. So 17 years. We've been going to the tree farm. That looks pretty good. For the next layer, now let's come down here on these flowers. Oops, skip. No tree for you. All your Christmas stuff went. Oh, when you moved, Suzanne? Yeah. Okay, I'll let that kind of sit up, and then I'll come over here and do the around this one. Getting ready this week, just doing a couple rosemary Christmas trees. Oh, we need pictures of that, Diane. Rosemary Christmas trees. Poor little tree usually winds up naked with lice. Oh, Vicky. Oh. Got you a Charlie Brown tree, Vicky. Okay, so let's go back over and do the background of this one. You decorate yours on the 24th. That's cool. I keep, I put my tree in the front window so that the neighbors can enjoy it too. I think that most people, enjoy each other's decorations throughout the holidays. I did see one person, I don't know if y'all seen those lights that you buy that flickers your whole house. Have y'all seen those? One of my neighbors or I think two of my neighbors have that. It flickers all over your house. It looks like your whole house is covered in Christmas lights. All right, taking a quick little break here on that. Sit here and stare at it for a minute. My husband loves Christmas and insists on a full-size tree. Yeah, we have a full-size tree in the living room. Flint Rock. I'll try to. Last year, yeah, the Stargazer. That's what it is, Vicky. Stargazer lights. I'll try to go down there and take some, do a show, down there before I take it down. I did last year. I did a quick little video taking, it's going to look exactly the same as last year. I don't decorate, I don't change anything. All is pretty much the same. Now, I do put up more decorations when I have family here, like when my mom and Ken and everybody came down here for Christmas. I think it was 2 years ago. Then I did more decorating. But after Christmas, after we put the tree up, I usually don't get the kids back down here to like right on Christmas. Maybe this year I might get them the week of Christmas. I'm hoping. So, but we don't really have anybody, like we don't do parties or anything like that, Yeah, I had not seen them, Kimmerby, except for one of my neighbors. I mean, in person, just on the commercial. You know, I got the ones in white that look like stars. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I think if I was going to do it, I'd get the white ones. My neighbors have the green ones. I think I'd rather have the white ones too. But I'm not going to do it, but yeah. Okay, sip of coffee. All right, let's keep going here. So we got another layer. So you can see from there to this, you can see a difference, but it's going to be more. I might go in there with some pencil. I might go in there with a little red pencil and white on the flowers. I don't know if I want any white in there, but maybe just a touch. See how her lips are? That's what I want all this to be, like her lips. Okay, let's move down here. I'm still working with the same color. I know it's a little repetitious, guys, if you're just, hanging out, but you can always fast forward if you're watching it on a recording. See how nice and red that looks? Just dabbing off on the Kleenex, kind of get excess off so that you can feather it out a little. Terry's telling Jean to get with it on something, but anyway. Jean keeps yelling at us in caps. Jean, Jean, Jean. Stop yelling at everybody, Jean. Oh, she probably has her thing set. I don't know. Sometimes it depends on what device Jean's on. If she has it on a large lettering, because Jean visually impaired, she will put her chat on larger font. Okay, good. I'm repeating myself, but love the eyes. Gonna walk the dogs now. Hopefully, Snowy Eyes is gone. See you later. Bye, Scooby Girl. So I hope if you're watching this recording and or following along, that get some tips and some ideas and I just keep hitting cap lock. Oh, okay, Jean. Just feather it out a little. Hey, Laura, how you doing? We're just working on Bennett Klein's Dark that we started last week, I think it was. Working a little bit more, another part. Continuing on. Thanks, and hi, Twinkle Toes. So I'm going to finish up this red. Well, I won't finish it up. Let's just say I'm going to finish this layer. And we'll do a giveaway here. I'm going to give away a Christmas color book. Kelly sent us. So here we go. All right. Yes, we're going to, Terry likes to call it hurting cats. It's hurting cats, but you know, Terry's trouble. She has to be trouble. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit, another layer on this flower. And then over here on this one. So I'll go ahead and tell y'all how it works while I'm finishing this up. So in a minute, not yet, don't do it now. In a minute, I'm going to type in go. When I type in go, then put in one number between 1 and 100. The closest to the random.org number selected, the closest, without going over, will get the Christmas color book. Thanks, guys. Dede is the reason to get up in the morning. Oh, thanks. Well, you know, we all enjoy each other's company here, and that's a good reason to get up every Monday morning to hang out with our fibs, friends in the box. Okay, so there we go, a little bit on that. Come over here. Now I got to move the paper clip a little. And I'll punch in a random.org and we'll see who's the closest without going over. One number only, please. Then we'll probably start another episode doing something else. Thanks, Carol Renee. All right, so let me put my cat back on here. Let's put these other colors away. I want to keep this one that I'm using. I'm going to do a little bit of pencil work here in a minute, just to show you. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick little giveaway break. Then we'll get back to just doing a little shade. I'll hit this with the heat gun. Excuse me. I'll hit this with the heat gun to make sure it's dry before I touch any pencil. But where I'm going with it is wherever this red is, I want at least some of this very, very dark red in there. So I'll probably try to get a little bit of that in the corners with the pencil. So we'll try some of that too. Don't limit myself. If I think I need a darker dark, I'll go in there with a pencil and a heartbeat. Okay, so we're going to give away this Vintage Christmas, and it's got, do a quick little flip here. Whoop. It's kind of detailed, but it's not overly so. I mean, there's some that are more detailed than others. So it's a real cute Christmas one. Little scenes. Jean said, by the way, for the fibs who know Kathy Torquay, she had a heart attack. Oh no. And, oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'll write that down. Let me stop and write that down, Jean. So, is she in the hospital? She spent 10 days in the hospital, but is home and recovering. Okay. I'm writing that down. I'll send her a card from us, Jean, from all of us, fibs. Okay. Writing that down. Okay. Thanks, Jean. You had a nice chat with her on Saturday and she is okay. Okay, good. Thanks, Jean. Okay, let me finish this, guys. I'll send her a card from all of us. I'm trying to hold this up far enough for you to see, but flipping a couple pages and getting right up on there. For some reason, I thought she was pretty young, Jean. Maybe she's older than I thought. Not that, you know, things can't happen when you're young. I don't mean that, but I just didn't think that she was that old. Like this one. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, the Canadian girls, if y'all want to send a special card to her, feel free to send it to Jean. She said she'd pass it on. So, yeah. So you can see this is very... Just kind of flipping through and getting a close-up of a few of the pages. I know, isn't it nice? It's a great book. Poinsettia. So anyway, we'll do this book. Yeah, I didn't think she was that old. I mean, I'm not going to announce her age or anything, but you know. So there we go. We'll do a giveaway on this. All right, so let me get a thing here. Hang on, guys. Whoops. Hang on, I lost my chat. There we go. Okay. So when you see me type in the word go, write in a number between 1 and 100. And then put a number in between 1 and 100. Then we'll do random.org. Let me find that on the iPad real quick. So, thanks, Vicki. Yeah, keep hurting the cats. Hurting cats. Okay, so I got my random.org here. I'm going to bring up the little box. Not generating yet because I want everybody to put in a number. So okay, everybody goes, it goes. Yes, it does that sound. The numbers go flying by. One number only. Wait till everybody puts it in, and then I'll type in stop. When you see numbers going by, it's kind of like a hint. Put in a number. You like the sound effects, Vicki? Okay. Just waiting a minute. Everybody get in your number. Hey, Sherry, I just saw you up there. Busy Jill, I'll say hi again to everybody in a minute. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. Okay, I'm not seeing any more coming in, so you can... Would somebody tell Tammy she can still put in a number even though there's an ad? You should still be able to see chat. An ad should not stop you from typing in a number. Just saying. You can still put in a number if you've got an ad on the screen. I know there's a lag. Okay. Everybody? Did everybody get in a number? Bueller. Okay. Thanks, Terry. Whoops. Hang on. Let's turn the iPad back on. Wait a minute, guys. Let's get it back up there. Okay. Waiting too long to put in a number. Okay, ready? $24. $24. That's funny, Carla. I can always see chat even with ads. I don't know what you're running. What program are you on? Yeah, I can always see chat with an ad. Okay. Who's the closest to 24 without going over? I know, guys, I do my best. Hang on. Let me move over here. Hang on. Swirling around. Okay. Sandpat at 24. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have her address. Sandpat's. Let me make sure. Checking, Sandpats. Let's make sure. I've had people not get back with me, and I can't send you things if I don't have your address. Looking, Sandpats. Double checking, double checking. I'm sure I've sent you something before, but let's make sure. It's probably best if she sends me another one anyway, if it's been a while. I don't think I have your address, Sandpat. Okay, so if you will email me your address, I haven't even seen her respond. Vicki, will you tell her to send me her address, please, and put my email in there? Because I don't see it. I looked in my thing, I don't see it. Okay. I haven't seen her say anything since we told her she won. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and we'll start another one in a minute. So if you watched this show, thanks for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed part 2. This is part 2 of coloring in our, let me show you the cover. This is the cover. And he's going to be re-releasing this book in January. It'll be re-released in January. It was a limited edition, and he's going to re-release it in January. Yeah, we already talked about that, Tammy. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'll be right back. And yeah, thanks for being here.